What is going on, people from the tube? Welcome back to another Pancho things. It is currently 45 degrees. So we're gonna be doing the first sit on my blind Logan's property. Shout out Logan for letting me hunt one more season on your property. I appreciate you. So pretty much same layout as last year. Feeder, blind. The only thing that is changing this year is that we have more of a target this time. Last year there was an old doe out of a group of 4 or 5 that needed to be harvested. This time around, there is several groups of does, and we're still trying to identify. There's quite a bit of them, but none of them are all enough to say, well, okay, you can just pick this one. Now, in order to keep things healthy and the numbers balanced, I was talking last night with Logan, and Logan was saying, hey, there is a number of them, so we might have to, not only based on the age, but see what are primed to breed and what is not. So it's a little bit more tricky because we need to go back and forwards between pictures and cameras and to try to identify and surgically remove the ones. Now there is a buck. I'm gonna put a picture here. There is a buck that is showing up, and he's nocturnal now. But with the weather change, today is the second day of cold weather weekend. So we're gonna check and see if for any reason he decides to change his pattern. So, but he gave me the green light if I see him to jump on it. Now we haven't getting the rut yet. Actually, duck hunting season is the first bleed is about to open, so we are early, but it might that 6-pointer might showed up this time, and that might be my cue of we're harvesting a buck this year. So we'll see what's gonna happen. This is the first seed, so I'm not expecting much. I'm expecting to see those because they're consistently showing up in the morning. But I guess we're about to see what else is gonna pop up and what else has popped up in the camera within the last few days. I don't have a cellular camera. I have a regular trail camera, so I had to come and check the memories, and so I try to give it a week per check and not to disturb things too much. So we'll see. Check it when I'm in the blind. All right, guys, bittersweet. It's a bittersweet tag, medium size, a pointer. We were looking for a 6 point, and I took the shot on the wrong deer. So I that's one thing not too happy about that. Both deer reasonably younger. This one, for some reason, when he walked in, looked way older. He looked older, and but as I said, everything was too fast, and I already apologized to Logan that I took the wrong deer, but things happen, and learning experience to better identify these deers. They gotta be. It's kind of like the process of identifying, learning to identify a bird in flight. Like mallard versus pintail. Without hearing them, just looking at it from far. I can do that, but I'm not as savvy with deer. I still learning. And it's a bittersweet, but at the same time, Logan is like me. This is not about trophies. This is about, harvesting the right deers and managing the herd around and back in the freezer, like putting meat in the freezer. So got the deer. I had to immediately, once I found him, which he went 30 yards. So if you haven't seen my first buck, I'm gonna put the video right here. You go and see that and then come back to this point, because I'm gonna show you kind of like where this deer went. It literally ran, if not the same, or a little less distance than my previous buck. And my previous buck ran on the opposite side. So it's interesting. Those broadheads, man, both of my deer, this one was double long. My first buck was all hard, and both deer ran. The first one ran about less than 30 yards, and this one even less. So yeah, the blades broke, actually, as a matter of fact. One of the mechanical blades I found on the rib cage of the deer. The mechanical blade. You can see it. That's one of the mechanical blades, part of it. The other one is still attached to the broadhead. But anyway, so I went ahead and can show that on YouTube, but they cleaned it. This is my third year, so I feel that it went faster. But I still took my time. I like to get as much meat out of those bones as possible. Just try not to waste. Well, I'm gonna pick this up in the house, and we're gonna go over some things and wrap it all up. Just a couple of things that I wanted to touch before I close this up is that I need to be better at that identification. It took me a while to identify dogs in flight, but I need to be able to look at this deer and identify them, like see those trail pictures and just being able to have physical cues where I can be like, okay, this is this, that is that, and just properly know. Logan is good at that, but I'm not there yet. So to avoid that, making that mistake and feeling terrible, because I just don't feel great harvesting a deer that it wasn't supposed to be the one. So that is not bueno for me. I'm gonna be doing I've been doing some public land, and I've been learning quite a few things, but I'm gonna try to do some more and try to see if I can harvest a doe or a buck out of public land. I don't have that much time to do a doe So in many areas they close once the rod start. They close the dough harvesting, but you can still harvest the bulk or a spike or single antler, which will be considered an antlerless. But we got some meat in the fridge, so that's the important part. The deer did got active clearly with the weather change, so and we have some more warm weather coming back, so it's gonna be tricky to see what's gonna happen. But there you have it, guys. The first seating on the set of Logan's place, and we harvest a buck. So thank you so very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so you can be notified every time that I upload a video. And I will see you in the next one. Pancho out.